Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Okay, I'll give 1 minute to get people joining in. I'll give 1 minute to get people joining in. I see that we're live now on Telegram. We had a slight technical difficulties. Apologies for the delay, guys, but I appreciate the patience. I see we're live on Telegram now. So well done by the team. All right. Yes, let's get started, guys. So basically, a launch AMA to cover some things around launch that we urgently need to discuss. So originally, what the plan was to do the AMA on Monday with Steve and with Deben, and basically cover some basic points of what we're looking for, what the launch partners are looking for, how the sentiment in the market returns and how that influences an EstateX launch, and cover your questions. However, we got positive news for you guys. The outlook has changed a little bit since past Wednesday, when the interest rate cuts have, or no cut, they've stayed the same. And that has, as a result, that within our launch partners, there has been a slight sentiment change. Unfortunately, Steve couldn't join this because he's currently traveling to meet with some fund managers and some wealth managers, which is, I won't say too much about it, but it's really interesting because it means that we can get basically the institutional clients via that way, which is really interesting for us guys, because obviously that has as a result with the transaction fee inflow into ESX and everything tokenized on the EstateX blockchain, and all the investors profiting off every movement and every transaction, etc. You know how the drill goes. I've said it many times now. So fortunately he couldn't join, and Deben was there obviously to as an advisor, because people have been asking, can we get an advisor on to get their perspective, their outlook basically on the current situation. But because that sentiment has changed a little bit within the launch partners, it also has a change of the style of the AMA. Now we can go through some questions of what you guys have sent in via the form. However, what you guys have sent in is primarily the parameters for launch. What conditions are we looking for? And what is the launch date? Yeah, we'll cover some the parameters, basically what we're looking for, and what decides us wanting to launch and what decides us wanting to wait. I just wanted to say first that we're very glad that we've not launched in February and listened to our advisors. I know that obviously some people do not like to hear that, but it's the reality that the sentiment just switched so hard a week before launch that it was just irresponsible, because a potential scenario, a highly likely scenario that we obviously wanted to prevent at all times, is a launch that basically doesn't go according to expectations, where you have as a result that because of the sudden sentiment switch, people get really nervous and really anxious because they're in a loss. Well, it's all about sentiment. This whole story is about sentiment. It's me personally and the team. We don't really care about launch conditions and the perfect timing. I see that all the time. Oh, you guys want perfect timing. Perfect timing. It's not about perfect timing. I fully realize, we all fully realize there is no perfect timing. It doesn't exist, right? So that's not the case here. The case is just that when you come into a situation where launch partners, the people basically that want to give you the buy pressure and the potential new investors that you want to convert to EstateX family members, and when those give the signals that those people want to recoup losses, and then especially with some very big projects that we're going to cooperate with airdrops and co-marketing campaigns, some that we have announced already obviously are Neo Tokyo and the others, Superverse. If those people then end up wanting to sell, you can't convert them into new EstateX users, new family members, like we've done with all you guys. And it also means that the inflow in properties is less. That means that the utility is less. That means that there's increased sell pressure because people want to recoup their losses. Plus 90% of buy pressure was taken away. And that has then, as a result, that launch, or it's or a couple X, or it stays around launch, or it even goes below launch price, where you still need to get the token inflation while the market sentiment is absolutely shit, and we would have lost on a lot of big business opportunities. Because believe me, guys, if I say that governments are watching this launch, see how we do to be able to set up cooperations. I won't tell which one, but we're in talks with multiple. I'll tell you more about that later. And the same thing goes for potential partnerships. Obviously building an army for property buyers, for institutional partners. So it would have like a snowball, a catalyst effect on everything that we do, and eventually the result of your investment. Because we can build only on trying to get speculation in and say, oh yeah, but if you launch, it doesn't matter if it goes sideways, because then if you launch properties, etc., then people see that you're active and they're gonna buy. Yes, that might be true from a speculative standpoint of view, but that result is, one, going to be significantly less, and two, we would lose out on a lot of business opportunities, such as cooperations with governments, institutional buyers, property buyers. There will come a lot of FUD around the project, around the community. Also, institutional buyers will see that, etc., etc. So just have a negative catalyst effect. It's not as black and white as just launch and then doesn't matter how launch goes, and then you can just launch business pillars and then it goes all smooth. That's not the reality of this. That might be the case for some projects. That might be the case for meme coins. I don't think that's the case for EstateX. And but enough about that, because the sentiment's changed, so we have some positive news for you guys at the end of the AMA. Before we get into positive news and the whole sentiment change, because the launch partners have given us sentiment, I will give a small market analysis of what we have observed, of what our launch partners have observed, what some close traders that we work with have observed. But first, let me get into some developments of EstateX. I'm gonna take a sip of water, guys, if you don't mind. So, some developments within EstateX, obviously, the past time, because regardless of launch, obviously we all want to see launch. I think we even want to see a launch way more than you guys, with the amount that we've put in, etc., etc. So we're all in the same boat. We want to launch ASAP and have that catalyst effect of positive, because we're talking about a potential negative catalyst effect, but we obviously want that upwards catalyst effect. So obviously the developments that we've announced recently, the OTC desk, which is very, very exciting, because within our network we've seen a lot of people wanting to off ramp, especially in Dubai, which we're now operative as well. A lot of people want to off ramp their crypto profits or crypto in general into hard stone properties, and the OTC desk now gives us the opportunity, together with the Remax representatives, such as Steve Craig, such as Scott Keller, and other big parties as well that are going to be involved in this, to be able to offer these exclusive opportunities that other investment platforms or other people won't be able to offer, such as deals like we've proven with Cape Verde, like we're going to prove with the first EU offering, a deal with that you can buy in below the appraised value of the property, obviously with rental income paid upfront and locked into a smart contract that's going to be paid out, and lots of other great things. Just opportunities that otherwise wouldn't be available to the general public. We are able to offer, not only as a fractionalization, because obviously fractionalization is great, and think about what this does for your investment, because fractionalization is great, and obviously that's the whole core business model and the mission that we have with the company, to put the power back in the heads of the investors and roll out this all-in-one ecosystem, and to support the average Joe who gets harder financially. However, if we speak just hard numbers for your investment as well, and the inflow into ESX, what that has is obviously that one retail investor on average invests $2,000, $2,500, we're talking about a wholesale property that can go a couple 100K, a couple million within one person. So it's the inflow into ESX is massive, and it doesn't take away from what we do. It actually adds value to what we do, and we want to position ourselves as that company within the crypto space, but also within the business space, where you can off-ramp your fiat, but also your crypto properties into these exclusive deals that otherwise wouldn't be available. And our AI agent will also play a very big role in this. More about the AI agent will come soon. It's going to be a very innovative AI agent, but we'll update you about that later. Then the US and the EU offering, well, obviously, we've said this many times. I think Steve Craggs, as the new EstateX board member, Remax CEO of England and Wales, he has also announced that he's working on the first US offering. We're working on the first EU offering. We expect that to come right around launch, potentially next month, potentially early May. That's the expectation for now. We'll keep you guys posted on that. So that's very exciting, and we're fully operative for retail in the US and the EU market, and we're also working on the UAE, but a lot happening. A lot about that will come later. Then for the US, we're also working on some very exciting things with USDT co-founder Brock Pierce. He's obviously very close to us. We speak with him a lot. We work a lot with his team as well, and we're working on some property deals with Brock, which is going to be some great marketing, publicity, deal flow that will flow through his institutional network, and that all will channel back again into the ESX token. So great things upcoming with them as well. We'd also do a lot of content with him and other things as well. Then on the side for the marketing, we actually have closed a major tier 1 influencer. And this is not just a crypto influencer. This is like a worldwide phenom. He has over 20 million subscribers across his socials, YouTube, Instagram, etc. 20 million. He's very well known worldwide, and we're going to do promotion with him, not only on the EstateX, but also on our personal brands, so we can build up a personal brands and then get in, basically become that authority to lead more, promote basically EstateX to a worldwide audience, with position ourselves as center. But a lot will come of that, but it's very big. It will give us a massive boost. Then obviously we had news about the blockchain development. The blockchain will come in Q3. It will be released Q3. So very exciting stuff like that. We're actually working with some governments, some very big institutional parties as well, to become clients on the blockchain and with our white label technology, obviously all with ESX at the core. So we've been making waves of that as well, and that will obviously channel us into this all-in-one RWA platform, right? So very exciting stuff about that. There will be soon a use case video about ESX Live, where you see all the different flows, all the different inflow, the use cases, the 25 to 35% of a stage revenue flows back, all that will be covered into the use case video. And then we're also working on some other asset classes. It has to do with, I don't know if I should say that, but it's very exciting, and it has extremely high returns compared to property. We're talking about returns of 5, 6, 7, maybe even 10 times of what property could deliver. So very exciting stuff about that as well. Well, let's channel back then to the launch. Basically, the key factor in deciding, I'll cover the most asked questions now, is like, what are the parameters around launch? That is basically, we follow the signals of the people that bring in the new users, that bring in the new buy pressure, and their sentiment. So it is all to do about sentiment. It's less to do with the actual state of the market. It's more to do with the sentiment of the market. And if the sentiment is good, and like I said, the last timing was very bad a week before, because then the sentiment obviously dropped below zero. but now it's rising. What we're hearing from our launch partners. Obviously, we're not there yet, because the whole goal about this is that we can, like I said, convert these people into new users. So people that come in via airdrops, people that come in via the AMAs, people that come in via the partnerships, the influencers, the all the other things that we will be doing. Our goal is to convert them into new users. So it's less about all these I've heard that as well. All these call groups, they need to you only want to do a pump and dump, or you want to do a quick access, crazy access. It's not necessarily about doing crazy access. It's more about bringing in these new users and being able to convert them into loyal customer base, because that's obviously how you grow the company, right? That's how you grow the company, to be able to convert these new users into your loyal base that will buy properties, that will make use of the services that we offer, that will grow the community, that will post on the socials, grow the EstateX army, and much more. Now, to give you a quick market analysis, so this is what we've heard from the close people that we're working with. So basically, some seasonality trends suggest that the weakness in the market may persist a little bit longer. However, a counter trend rally is expected in Q2, possibly influenced by upcoming March, the OPEX, the macroeconomic data releases in early April. I'm saying this to inform you that this is what we are hearing from large partners, and basically it means that, well, let me say this is, I think the market has proven that the general crypto cycles from the past runs, it's not that situation anymore. I think we can conclude that. I think this cycle is very, very different compared to other ones, especially now also with institutional money coming in. So it's definitely, we were speaking with a close advisor lately, and he said, like, yeah, I mean, last bull run, you could, obviously not on the day itself, but in an next period of time, more or less expect what was going to happen. But this is so different from any other. And obviously we also see, BSC projects doing very well. We see RWA projects being relatively stable. Obviously some exemptions there as well. But basically we want to be ahead, I think, of a potential uptrend in Q2. Now, this analysis comes from multiple people who have been with their predictions or the analysis very close to what actually is going to happen. Also, the people that said don't launch because it's not going to be good. So I think we want to be ahead of that. So I think I won't give you a launch day right now. However, the outlook on launch is very, very positive. And what we are going to do actually is we're going to monitor currently the next couple of days during the weekend and probably up until next midweek. And then we'll see how it holds up, and then we'll probably have some a very positive update, some positive news for you guys, which you've been waiting for in March, and then it's go time, because I think we want to be ahead of that. So expect some very exciting news for you very soon. So I'm gonna leave it at this. I just want to say I'm very, very glad that we didn't launch in February. With what I explained in the beginning, I think that could have been a potential doom scenario for that some people might not see, because it's on the front end. It absolutely looks very different than the knowledge that the team has. So I would say that things are looking very positive. The sentiment has changed with launch partners. That's already positive. I'm very happy with that, because guys, you don't want to know. I'm getting sick of this launch story as well. Yeah, guys, it's time to get this thing going, get this baby going. It's looking very, very positive. We'll be back with some the news you've all been waiting for very soon. Yeah, it's looking good, guys. So I want to leave it at that. Wish us luck. Wish Steve luck also with his great meetings with the wealth and fund managers. A lot of great things are upcoming. We're going to update you on more exciting business developments. A lot of great things are upcoming as well. And the outlook on launch is looking very positive. So I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to DM me. Do not hesitate to ask in the community. And let's move forward in a positive way, guys. I'd love to see the community reunite again, to be together, to all move towards the same goal and build history, guys, because that's eventually what we're here for. We're here to change the world, to change the financial system, to put power, to take the power from the elite and put them back in the hands of the normal investors, and obviously make sure that ESX does well, that the company does well, and that we can support the average Joe, their needs, and grow EstateX into a unicorn. So we're about to do great things. We're about to make history as well. Some very exciting things upcoming. We'll keep you guys posted, and it was a pleasure. Thank you all, guys. Cheers.